Realize I got to log into the Messenger program.
Ooh, hello, messengers.
Yeah, we got to so that no one can write in, and we can continue to see that no one writes in. But
Right.
now that we're logged into the Messenger, I could hit that button and see it still fail. Why did that fail?
Facebook Messenger or somebody else's?
Oh, I got to hit that button and hit that button. Oh no, but I did hit that button. So what the hell? Why is this not working? Okay, I can't get on the streams.
Dang.
Oh man, I can't stop. I think it's still started by someone else. Oh my god, Outlaw Radio is still let's see if I can get this to stop. Oh, maybe I could override them. Let's see if that worked.
Does that cut off somebody's live show?
No, basically, well, the Messenger program also sets the password to get to the stream to your own password. So that way someone can interrupt your stream because you don't know, that way the password to the stream is variable. But when you stop streaming, you could stay logged into the Messenger program and the stream's still set to your password. And so they're still logged into the Messenger program, but they're not streaming. So I'm kind of locked out from getting in there. But I think I kicked them off, and I think I'm on. So I think if I hit this button now, it'll work. Okay, there we go. We are working now.
Yay, we're working.
We are working. And that means it's time for me to bring up the theme tune. Because that's what we do when we start the show, except that I have no theme tune because I double clicked and nothing happened. Why did nothing happen? Okay, now I need to figure out why nothing happened. Okay, so my sound card decided to be a bitch. So now I got to fix that. So if it's not one thing, it's three. All right, let's see. Why is that? Oh, okay, great. I have no sound. I have no sound on my computer right now.
Ooh, that sucks. 1 2 1 2. Do you hear me?
Well, I hear you, but that's about all I hear.
Right.
Oh, and of course you're tweeting out, "Hey, listen to us." And all right, let's see if we can get this to work or something. Okay. Oh my God, no, nothing relating to sound is working right now. All right, let's see if we can. I used to be able to fix this, and then Windows 10 completely changed how they do manage sound devices, and I've not been able to do anything right in Windows 10 relating to sound ever since that because they completely broke everything. But it used to be that if I came in here and disabled and then re-enabled the sound card.
Плавно.
Oh.
Ну, и... Не, я же не бью никого.
Oh, I think that's our that was from the Russian pole dancing website that was still open on the tab in my browser.
Oh, okay.
The official Russian pole dancer of the Dune and Bob show, because every good show should have an official Russian pole dancer. Maybe someday we will achieve the level of having an official pole dancer for this show. But for now, we will settle for a official theme tune, which once again, I need to find it. Here we go. Now, why are you opening over there when I want you to open over there? So finally, after 5 minutes of getting our sound card to work right, it is time once again for everyone's favorite internet radio show.
Insert title here.
And I'm your host, Johnny Gators. Joining me is Brian Blues.
Hello, everybody.
And Brian, I can't help but notice You still haven't put your tomato juice in the fridge.
No. Remember, I opened it and drank it.
You drank the whole damn can?
That's empty, baby.
You drank the whole can, or did you dump the can out so you could use?
No,
the can
I
as a
drank the
prop?
whole can. Not all at once.
No.
I mean, you'd be peeing all night, right?
I haven't had any tomato juice since last week's show, and so I was looking at the can there, and I was like, well, I better drink some more of this before it goes bad.
You've been leaving it out?
No, it's in the fridge.
Oh, okay. It's interesting. The instructions tell you to put it, excuse me, put it either in a glass container or a plastic container. So I did.
Okay, and you drank it all.
Yeah, I drank it off. A little bit each evening.
Okay, all right. I just looked at it and thought to myself, well, I could, but I won't. And but remember, there's no plop in this Sacramento because I don't know where the plop went. But we got no plops out of these cans of. It's not bad tomato juice.
No, it's not.
No. It's see, you were like, "What am I going to do with a can of tomato juice?" You finished your damn can before I did.
Dang, who would have thought?
There we go. But it's damn good tomato juice. Sacramento, the official tomato juice of this show that we call.
Insert title here.
So wow, 2 weeks in a row we're doing a show. This is amazing.
Really? Yeah.
This
Of
is-
course, next week is all up in the air.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh my God! At 12:30 today, someone wanted to do a call before the show, and I just see the message now. Sorry, sorry.
Oh darn!
That was our good friend, the local janitor of someplace, Wayne. What's his name? Wayne Worthington. Oh, at least that's the name tag on the old guy's picture that's on his Twitter account. But I don't think that's really the guy who's tweeting us. But we should see if Venison picks up. So let's give Venison a call here, because I was thinking there's a lot of topics we can cover every week, and every week we never get to covering them. And I want to actually get to a topic this week that I've been meaning to cover for a while. So we'll see if Venison, and I think Venison can help contribute. And I touched on this topic one week, but I never really went with it where I wanted to. And then I found something else to contribute to it. And I'm talking about good old childhood TV memories. And speaking of memories, here's a guy that remembers
Everything.
everything.
Yeah, right.
He remembers
Yay, Venison.
he remembers the Civil War. He remembers the birth of Christ. He remembers when they discovered fire.
Oh, fine.
What was it like before they discovered fire? I imagine things got a little cold.
No, it's actually the earth was still quite warm back then.
Yeah, well, I guess you had the woolly mammoth fur.
Well, yeah, there was the Ice Age.
There was the Ice Age. It was that. All right. So, anyways,
Give me a moment. I gotta go take a piss. You called before I was finished.
okay, you go piss away.
All right.
He's gonna go piss off now, and
Just don't be pissed off.
yeah, it's better to be pissed off than pissed on.
Right.
That's what I always
Something
say.
like that.
Something like that.
I think
No.
a lot of people say that.
But do you ever have?
pissed in.
Do you ever have like memories of something from your childhood that are like vague memories that are not quite fully there, but enough there that you remember it, but you don't really remember it, and you kind of try to look for it based on that vague memory, but you can't really find it, and then you start to question if you really remember it at all, and it's like something that's like lost to your memories. You have anything like that ever happen
Yeah,
to you?
I'm trying to think of something specific though. Did you have something?
I did have something.
Cool.
Because I remembered that there was a TV show. Oh, by the way, Dune is sitting at 49 followers on his Twitch account and needs 50 in order to, get certain rights and privileges. So, Brian, are you following Dune's Twitch account?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Dune. We already got you covered there. Now, maybe Venison's not following him on Twitch.
No, I haven't got 7 operating yet.
Okay. All right. So Venison would follow you on Twitch, but he can't get to Twitch.
Right.
All right.
But there could be other people among the listeners that would say, yeah, I would totally follow Dune on Twitch.
Twitch.tv.
Well, of course, then who is Dune? And then what's Twitch?
Twitch.tv/5hit Dune. And you got to spell out 5.
Yeah, what
there we
is
go.
Twitch anyway?
It's a video streaming site. It's their big
Yeah.
claim to fame is video game streaming. I think that was kind of what they were created for and what a large thing has done, but it's expanded way beyond video game streaming. I mean, that's where we go to see the official Russian pole dancer of the Dune and Bob show do her thing. So
It's for people that got pissed off at YouTube for some reason and decided to go to someplace else.
Well, Twitch is more about the stream. YouTube started as a place to load your videos. It was much later on that you could actually do live streaming there. And it's
Right.
still the real angle of YouTube is posting content, not streaming live content. There's a lot of live streaming going on YouTube, but there's a whole lot more of prepared content posted there. Whereas Twitch has been about the streaming. Now, when you're done streaming, you have the recording there and you can go watch recordings, but it's, YouTube is, it's funny how there are sites that you could do all the same things on both of them, but one of them's used more for this and the other one's used more for that. And because that's just the way it evolved. And
Of course, watching a live stream later kind of loses it. Right?
Well, yeah, that's why my angle's always been about the live show. That's my thing,
Right.
That's my bag.
But the other thing is, you look at some of these guys. Yeah, they did a hangout, and it sounds like it was fun, but it's freaking 8 hours long. Damn.
Yeah, that happens. What's great though is here's what you do if you really want to ruin someone's day. You post an 8-hour loop of Nyan Cat into YouTube, and then you flag it for offensive material, which means that a live person has to sit and watch 8 hours of looping Nyan Cat to verify whether or not there was anything offensive.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yes. Oh, that's so cruel.
Don't
And
be
the guy
that
says,
guy.
I'm going to make a pizza for you. It's going to have a big loogie in it.
Yeah. Don't be that guy. Now back to childhood TV memories. Now I had vague memories of a TV show that came on PBS. And now Brian here, you're pre-PBS. You did not grow up with Sesame Street. You don't know much about the street. I take it. You didn't grow up on the street.
My little brother watched Sesame Street, so it was on, and I was
Okay.
aware of it. But he was really too old for me,
Yeah. No, you didn't have that. in your
And-
childhood.
When PBS was doing the Doctor Who series with Tom Baker in the early 80s, that was right after Sesame Street, so you would either turn the TV on a little earlier to catch the whole thing, or record it a little bit earlier to catch the whole thing. And so you'd get like the last gag or whatever. And
I
then,
see.
of course, the famous music.
Right.
Ooh,
So, in fact, when I hear that
remember.
music, the brain says, "Oh, it's Doctor Who," and of
It's
course,
time-
then the Doctor theme comes on,
yeah,
and you go, "Well, okay, it's now it's the real Doctor Who theme."
Ooh, there were 2 shows I remember from 1959 about 1960. One was a special called The Wonderful World of Trains about Lionel trains. I thought it was cool, and that's why I stuck in memory.
nice.
The other one was Supercar. Yeah.
Super car. We'll have to look that up. So for you, Brian, when you hear this, You're thinking, like, wow, Doctor Who's about to come on.
You got it. You got it. That's programmed in there.
There you go.
That didn't sound anything like Doctor Who.
No, that's the end of Sesame Street.
Right. Right.
Which apparently they went right from Sesame Street to Doctor Who on
Yeah.
Brian's PBS.
Well, because PBS doesn't do ads.
Yeah,
So what else do you do?
Well, no, but
Bam, right in.
I thought Doctor Who was more an evening program, where Sesame Street was more a morning program.
Not in Denver.
No. Oh,
Denver.
okay.
This was Sunday morning.
Oh, I see.
So
You
they
got-
would play Sesame Street Sunday morning, followed by Doctor Who.
I was expecting them to. You don't just go from Sesame Street to Doctor Who. You got to ease into Doctor Who.
No,
Um,
this was
Really?
right then, man. I can't
So-
remember the time, 10 a.m. or 11
Well,
a.m.
he's a youngin.
All right. So Dune is asking, can you add me? Do you mean to the call or do you mean on Twitch? I already added you on Twitch. I thought, or have I not? Oh my God, maybe I haven't. I thought I did.
No, you gotta be on his Twitch.
I gotta be. I am not following him. Oh my God, I get to be number 50.
Whoa!
I'm the man. I'm the hero. I did that. I am the shit.
Got that right.
But actually, he meant for me to call him. Let's see. Well,
That was a happy mistake then.
that was a happy mistake. Now, is it going to let me add him without? Now, it didn't tell me it was going to put Venison on hold, but I don't hear Venison anymore.
You
No.
have got to be kidding me.
I thought I
You have
had
got
you.
to be fucking kidding me.
I thought I had you. Hey, this worked out good, didn't it?
I was ready to call and rip Venison a brand new one.
But he's got
And I-
technical
I am
issues.
I am taking all of the ripping back.
You got 50, right? I'm the guy. I just wanted to be number 50. That's what I
Thank you.
was.
I gotta look. I got to look, and I don't have the sound effect.
Okay. Well, I'll pull up a sound effect then. You know, we will do this.
You gotta have something Sloan related.
There you go, 50.
I'm thinking cash and prizes. Dune?
Where is my number?
We're
God, I can't find it now. No, it's easy, you know,
50.
it's easy. It's easy to find when you're on the.
I'm
Oh my
looking
God.
at it. You got 50 followers and you're following 31 channels.
God, it's so fucking cool.
There you
Johnny.
Congratulations on number 50.
Well, yeah. Now they're all gonna start going zoop and disappearing. Because that's the one thing about it. You have to be careful. You know, it's a two-way street.
Once you go under 50, you lose it.
I don't know how that works. I don't know how.
They can't do that, can they?
It says reach 50 followers. Mine still says 47 to 50. It hasn't quite updated yet, but
Oh,
it will.
oh, hey! I don't know. This is a rerun. Oh, Russian. chick
Oh
is
yeah,
rerunning.
she's usually on early in the morning. From what I'm
Yeah, I
told.
got an email early in the morning letting me know she was going live, and I was like, "Oh man, I got to work."
Oh, I was hoping maybe you'd catch her on the way to work sometime.
Maybe. No, I was already at work when she started. Which today was an interesting day at work. But we're talking about childhood memories. So here's the memory I had that I have been chasing for years, and finally, about a month ago, I caught it.
I have an idea about that. Go ahead, tell your story.
So, I watched a lot of PBS shows when I was growing up. Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers. Those are like my two favorite TV shows of my like under 5-year-old age. And there was another show that I kind of remembered being on PBS, and I couldn't tell you much about it, except that I remember the opening of the show had everyone saying like yes or hello or something like that, but in different languages. Like they panned to a different kid from different nationality saying this word in their native tongue. and that was and also every episode ended with a segment by someone called Dr. Smarty Pants, who was kind of goofy and silly and not really a doctor. That was
I don't remember that.
You don't remember this show?
No, I don't think I've ever watched that.
No. Well, it turns out it was actually a British show on Channel 4. It didn't even make it to BBC 2 or 3. No, it was on Channel 4 because that's how channels work in England, right? Like all the good programs were on BBC 1, and then like the secondary stuff was on BBC 2. So yeah, and it was only around for like a year or two. And I guess it was this British children's show that at some point PBS brought it over because the kids over here like it too. And it was called Everybody Here. And it took me forever to find anything about this show. Now, if you Google,
from 82 to 83, wow.
now because I didn't even remember the name of the show. All I remember was Dr. Smarty Pants and the greeting of different languages.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Smarty Pants was the big clue that led me to the name Everybody Here. And the only thing left out there of the show is someone got a videotape taped off of Channel 4 in England, not off of PBS here, of the opening of the show. So we could actually see the opening of the show. And let me tell you how bizarre it is. It is so bizarre to have a very vague memory of something, not see it for 30 years, and all of a sudden, after this 30-year gap, have it right in front of you again. And it's like having like a vivid memory perfectly line up with this shadow that's in your brain. And it's like, oh my God, that fits it perfectly. But I don't really remember this, but I do remember this. It is so bizarre seeing something that you haven't seen for 30 years. I don't know if you've ever experienced.
I think what's bizarre is that The Walking Dead has two things before you get to Dr. Smarty, which is interesting.
What's interesting?
Oh, on Google, when you're Googling, there's entries for Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And then below that is your Dr. Smarty Pants.
Dr. Smarty Pants, which I found Dr. Smarty Pants on Twitter.
That got another one for you to look up.
Apparently he's like an author or something like that of children's stuff. All right, so we got to fast forward a little bit here past the commercials on channel. Here we go.
Roller skating in Hackney, Hindu dancing.
So here's the Dr. Smarty Pants right there.
In Coventry, and a young Nigerian's first Christmas in Britain.
But it was like a show about different cultural things. It had to do with children and culture and different cultures and things like that. I can't find a.
Before we go up and down the country and learn to breathe.
I do like the 4 for BBC4, the way it's
right. So
that's always cool.
So here's the opening, and this is something that I could not have told you roller skates open up, but it felt so right when I saw it. That's like, oh yeah, that. And I couldn't tell you any of these things, but it just suddenly just snapped right into place in my head. And the music I kind of remembered. I probably could have said, if I had to guess, there was steel drum in the music. So I think I remembered that. I've watched it so many times, though, I can't tell you what I remembered and what I didn't remember.
E-V-E-R-Y-B-O-D-Y. Everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody. Everybody. Everybody. Right body.
Not everybody.
Why body. 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 Die.
I wasn't around for that.
Now let's do it faster.
Everybody, very body, everybody, right body, why body, body, oddy, die, why? Everybody here? Yeah.
Now here's the part I remember. They all say yes in their native language.
This is interesting.
This is a dance from an Indian film called Qurbani, which means sacrifice or friendship in Hindi. We worked this out at school with Mrs. Chatterjee, and we are going to do it for you now.
And that's all that exists of it. That is the only thing you can find relating to the show online, other than credits or who Dr. Smarty Pants is and that it existed. That is the only video footage that anyone has recorded, preserved, and posted.
Yeah, I've got one for you to try and find.
Okay.
There was a show called, also on PBS, about 55 years ago, called What's Next. And I remember that vividly only because the opening song I thought was the coolest song ever. It was the first thing that I remember as a little kid. First few music I liked. Just started out with this kid drumming on a snare drum. Dun, 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 ding, ding, dun, 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 dun. Then it goes into the instrumental. It's 3 kids, 3 cartoon kids, one with a drum, the other with a tuba, and another one with a flute. And the theme music just went like dun 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 dun. And it was your program about science and general stuff, but about half an hour long, but it still was. I loved the music in that. The music was so cool. But I can't find it anywhere.
Well, it's the name of the show does not lend itself for a good search term.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I did find though. I tell you what I did find. It is on PBS and it is What's Next. I found a bunch of bumpers for What's Next on PBS.
Everyday journey for Annie and Zach and their friends on Plato's Peak. Adventures from the Book of Virtues is up next.
See, it's up next on PBS. So that's What's Next.
That's up
Dang.
See what's up ahead.
But I bet Banana Splits is easy to find.
Heck,
Banana Splits, Venison?
Oh yeah. What? Banana Splits. Oh, come on, that was well known.
Danger Island. That was cool.
Heck, I own the Banana Splits album. And both cereal box 45s.
Wow,
excellent.
I didn't know they had that.
Yeah. And I don't mean like the cardboard thing that you cut off the back. No, actual vinyl 45s that you got from mailing in your box tops from your Rice Krispies or whatever.
Huh.
Do you know that Barry White co-wrote a Banana Splits song?
Well,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Here it is.
Ready to show us the dance? Ready, Flagle. A 1, a 2. Swell, simply swell. Of course he's swell. His shoes are too tight. Anybody make a motion?
I
make a motion.
What motion?
I guess I have
Less
some
motion.
material here before they actually start the song. Oh, here we go. Now you can hear it's got that kind of funkiness to it.
I make a motion. We call our new dance the Banana Split. Groovy. Okay, bananas, let's do the Banana Split.
One by one, we'll be doing it.
I remember that.
Yep, Barry White co-wrote it.
He didn't
How
do
about-
the vocals, did he?
No, he didn't. I don't
Okay.
think he played on it. He just co-wrote the song.
Sure.
So every
Well,
time it
easy
played,
happened.
every time he played, he got a cut.
Wow. Barry White.
Yeah.
That just drove it down a notch for me.
Yeah, whatever. Good stuff. All right. What was it? What was
Man,
the other?
you made me remember a bunch of things from the childhood.
Oh, there we go. So, Brian, what's one from your childhood that you'd like us to look up? Oh, or no,
Well,
Brian,
do they have the segment of the Danger Island segment?
let's see. Danger Island. Let's take a look here. Is this what we're talking about?
Yeah.
That sounds like it.
There you go. It's an island. It looks dangerous. And it's got some groovy music.
Sounds very Austin Power-ish.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Austin Powers is somewhere on this island. We got some bongos. And this is just the opening for this thing.
Right, there's so much action. Too bad you can't see this venison. There's so much action, you kind of go, come on, leave some of the action for the actual part of the thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much action that you're actioned out by the time the segment starts. This is still going.
Hey, they were doing a zip line before zip lines became popular.
Yeah,
that was cool.
That is cool.
Danger Island.
And that clip only has the opening. It doesn't have the actual.
Well, we saw a lot of action.
Yeah, no, I think that's all the action we needed. Was that right there? Now, what was that?
As far as action stuff goes, no, Johnny Quest was still the top.
Oh yeah, Johnny Quest is cool. I watched a lot of that too.
Johnny Quest. All right.
That theme song was outrageous.
All right, let's see.
Especially if you had a Turu going in there.
Let's see. Here we go. Johnny Quest intro music for the show.
See if it's the right one. Yes. Turu.
We got guns. We got big spiders. We got tanks and explosions and mummies. Wow. This is some serious action.
Was really robot spider.
Yeah, no shit.
This is some serious action. Oh my! That bird just swooped up that dog, and now there's snakes, and now there's like lizard monsters, and the guy swinging on the vine, and a laser cannon, and a pirate ship, and some more lasers, more explosions. Johnny Quest, Dr. Benton Quest.
That show was so cool.
Race
Bannon.
And Haji. And Bandit.
Oh man, I love that show.
Yeah, that looked good.
Yeah, there's, like you said, there's a lot of action in it.
That looked quite active.
Especially with the energy monster. Oh my god, that thing.
Now, what was the other show you mentioned when I started talking about PBS?
Doctor Who?
No. We know Doctor Who. Right. Venison mentioned a few, not the What's Next show, but a few other things you were mentioning. Something race car or something.
Zoom is the one I remember. I was old enough to remember that one though.
I'm on your Zoom, I zoom.
No. I just remember. I still remember the address to mail shit to.
You should mail things just to.
Yeah.
Is this?
So what was that address doing?
It was like no address. It was like they'd say, sent to Zoom ZOOM, Boston, Mass. 02134. That's all I remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a Boston zip code.
Yeah. Huh. They sing it 02134.
This looks like a more modern Zoom.
Hey, I'm Jerry.
Well, see,
yeah, it was.
I'm Keiko. I'm Pablo.
See if you can do a search for the Zoom address song.
Zoom address song.
I don't know.
All right, let's see what we could. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
Check it out.
We can't do it on our own. We need you to make it known.
No, that's way too.
Okay, that's Zoom seasons 1 and 2 address song side by side. Here we go. Here's one that's called Zoom Address Song 1972.
That would be it.
Say you just fly, as quiet as a mouse, but your thoughts are booming throughout the house. And your brain thinks up this neat idea that's really cool for this time of year. It may be a merriment, a game, or a song. Send it to Zoom because you can't go wrong. Write the thoughts down real nice and neat. And if you really want to, you can add your feet. What are the things you think we can use? How about something like a neighborhood news?
Add your name, your address, and a stamp. Then link your envelopes nice and damp.
Then go buy a mailbox with half a cent. Mail your Zoom letter, and don't forget. Write Zoom,
That.
350 Boston, Mass.
Okay, I forgot the PO box. I forgot the PO box.
You had the zip code though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did zip code.
It reminds me a little bit of the
02134. So
the
box
Mickey Mouse
350.
Club. Did you ever watch the Mickey Mouse Club, Venison?
Is that what this one? Oh, this is a minute long. That's a close. Oh, that's what you just played. Yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, well, the one I played was someone holding up a camera pointed at a TV screen.
Oh, this is a slightly better one.
Okay, you found a slightly better one.
Yeah. The General Foods Corporation.
There you go.
That's their thing.
That's the original.
Yeah.
There you go.
Program was made possible.
Let's see where it says it. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. That's it. That's what I remember. I remember the zip code. But I forgot the. Yeah, it makes you want to send something to that PO box just to see what happens. Say, hey, I never got my T-shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, or
There you
something.
go. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Other shows I remember. The shows I remember the most are the ones that I couldn't watch all the time. Because my parents did not spring for cable TV, which maybe wasn't that abnormal in the 80s. As we got into the 90s, it was starting to get a bit abnormal to be the one house on the block that didn't have cable. But in the 80s, we were, antenna was the way for many a household. And but my grandparents on my mother's side, they had cable. And so whenever I went to my grandparents' house, I got to watch a show called Pinwheel that you only got on. All right, let's see. We got a call coming in on Skype, but I need to add it. So I'm going to
let's see if this works.
Did you figure out how to do that?
I found a button. There's a button actually that lets me do it now. There we go. And I think that might work. Or it might invite someone else named Evan.
He's almost there.
Almost there.
Hello.
Hello.
He is there.
What's up, my brother? Oh, here we are.
We're here. We're here.
Yeah. I think
You're here.
You are here.
You are here.
He's here. You are Liv.
You are Liv. Yes.
I'm
Live it
here. Oh my God.
So
Okay.
yes, what are your any childhood shows you haven't seen him for forever that you remember?
My childhood shows. For me, that would be the Rugrats and what was that one show called?
If you say Barney, I'm going to slap the crap out of you. I'm sorry. Did I just say that? I didn't.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
we all heard it.
Wow. I completely just did not censor myself. Caller, I apologize for that.
Actually, as a child, I didn't really appreciate Barney that much.
No, my
Well, as a grown up, I didn't either. I can tell you.
well, no.
You're young.
That's the thing, because now as you get older, you do see other kids shows come and go, and Rugrats was something that, heck, Rugrats was popular on TV when I was in college, and I'll admit, in college, I have sat through a few episodes of Rugrats, just flipping through channels, find nothing good on. It is entertaining. It is an entertaining
Yeah, it's
show.
not that bad.
Yeah.
Not that bad. It has some adult humor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there's a movie coming out.
Yeah, the
Well, it's
grandfather's
like
a total
watching, it's like
perv.
watching Jungle Book. You know, you're like, holy crap! Can they say that around kids? So-
Yeah, but Rocky and his friend, Rocky and Bullwinkle were totally
Bullwinker.
I like
right.
Bullwinker better.
Yeah, right. But they were totally over the kids' heads.
Oh man, they were
They're communists.
That's like I can't watch anything on Twitch that has a Russian girl without one. I don't do it, but I want to type in and say, "Would you
Why
please
do
say
you
please say
always
Moose
come
and
back
Squirrel?"
to Russian girls on
Moose-
Twitch?
Moose
Have
and
you seen them?
Squirrel.
Have you seen them?
Every single time.
Then you and I should be like high-fiving right now. I mean, come on.
Okay. But here's the thing: when I was in college, another real popular thing with the like the really young kids was the Teletubbies, and I did not understand these things.
Yeah,
And
those
you know
are
what that is
weird.
for? That is for the very young child.
Right.
Or a very stoned person.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the same thing, isn't it?
Well, then you'd think that that's as far as they could push it. And then I remember when I
And
first
you see Tinky Winky messing with the Snoop.
and then I remember when I first moved to Maine and I was working at Walmart the first summer there while, looking for real jobs, that there was a popular toy that all the parents are coming in looking for. And that's how I came to realize that this horror existed.
What's that?
Okay, so there's something in the sky with a rainbow. The kids. Booba.
Oh my God!
Oh, Booba.
Booba.
That was an atrocity.
I think that required being on acid to watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although if you're on acid, you don't need to actually see the rainbow. You can see
No,
it anyway.
no. This is like kitty acid, I guess.
That was the weirdest show I ever saw from them.
I am totally unfamiliar.
Apparently, it's a show about some colored socks that get lost in the dryer. Best I can figure based on the figures.
No, they're not really socks. They're sort of like cloth bags of shit.
Cloth bags of
Oh,
shit. Up next on PBS, cloth bags of shit dance around with rainbows.
They're just so
Wow,
weird looking.
You and I watch very different shows. Just saying. Just saying.
Look at the colors, though. The colors.
Bizarre.
Look.
Those colors, yeah.
Oh yeah, the colors, especially when they
Rainbows.
warp out. Whoa.
Booba.
I could see like doing some like a bunch of drugs and watching this and just staring at the TV for hours, fascinated by this.
I did that when I was really stoned once, turned it on, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
So even stoned it didn't make sense.
Woo!
I'm gonna have to try this now.
I got the boot box.
Doing acid, that's not gonna be.
All right, so I guess
You're
these are
not
the
gonna have-
boobas, and they live in some pods or something.
Not sure what they live in.
Oh, but they make whoomp sounds as they come up. Oh, I guess they have names. Zing 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 ba. Dumba. Jimba. Oh, they got chaos. What the? What is this show about?
What the fuck?
Well, that's an interesting chord. I can't identify that chord. That chord does not exist in the world of music.
They have the synthesizer up online. You could download, and it had a lot of the sounds in there, and you can make music with it.
No.
It's the theme song and all.
You can make sounds. You can't make music with that. You can make sounds.
You want a bet? Wow. Do I have that still? Huh. Let me just see.
This is okay. So they like to run around in circles with lots of lights moving around, and it's now they're spinning while running. Does this show ever go anywhere, or is this pretty much it?
That's pretty much it.
It
doesn't make any sense.
This is.
How long does it run?
30 minutes.
20
minutes.
So this is probably for a child, for visual stimulation.
A child.
We're talking about a baby.
Okay. All right. I didn't need this when I was a baby.
The words, aren't going to mean anything anyways. So you just say nonsense.
Oh, you know what? YouTube Hangout
God,
is YouTube Hangout is telling me I am not authorized to stream this content.
Really?
Apparently, yeah. YouTube said
you are being.
Yeah, YouTube said no. We don't want more of that being. Mind you, it's already on YouTube.
Right. You mean we can't show your content? Net neutrality is dead.
Apparently, that episode is about skipping rope. So that is what we were watching. We were watching how to skip rope. Do we feel like we've learned anything about skipping rope?
No.
I got a song for you as soon as the browser comes up.
Oh, okay.
Come on, browser. It takes a couple minutes.
Well, there's an episode about hot dogs.
Hot dogs?
Okay. This is the episode about hot dogs. Now there is a hot dog bun in the background here.
About hot dogs.
Yes. Oh, that is a dog. Do we feel like we're learning about hot dogs?
Hard to tell. They're spinning around in their little colorful stadium.
Okay. Oh well, no. Oh, Greenfield hot dog.
Ooh, there you go. It showed up.
It's a huge.
Low, damn it.
Oh wait, we got xylophone.
Hot dog.
Somebody's coming. It's little dog Fido.
That's a nasty thing to say.
Wow, something of content is actually happening in an episode of this show.
Ah.
Okay, that's enough of that. So we learned something about hot
Before you get
dogs.
flagged again.
Hot dogs live in their natural environment in a green field where they are danced around by multicolor socks.
See, that's way more advanced than SpongeBob SquarePants.
That absolutely is.
Oh, far
Hold
more.
on. SpongeBob SquarePants is an amazing show.
Yeah,
You're kidding.
It is.
It is. Actually, the funniest thing
Great show.
is that, SpongeBob had been on for quite a while, and my wife had no idea what people were talking about. So I made her sit down and watch an episode.
Please tell me you watch an episode where, mind you, these group of characters that live in the ocean go to the beach where they have a lifeguard and people nearly drown in the ocean that exists under the water in the ocean.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is
there's a little inconsistencies with reality there.
Well, that's where you connect the multiple realities. That's all. right?
But they live in the water, and
Yes.
and they're swimming in an ocean that they can drown in.
Yes.
It's oil.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So it's an
It's oil.
environmental show about the dangers of oil spills.
well, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't get the sense of that.
That's what SpongeBob has been about all these years.
Yes, right. I haven't watched enough episodes.
Pretty sure it's oil. They're swimming in oil.
That is what it looks like, but they treat it like it's a beach and that it's, an ocean, and you go swimming in it and they could drown.
Yeah, but it's oil.
I'm going to have to Google this. Is it really meant to be oil? SpongeBob SquarePants, how do they go swimming? Okay. Because mind you, here we go. We're
a SpongeBob mini.
Here we go.
What's wrong?
I'm not 100% sure.
Relax, man. There's
I'm
nothing to
pretty
worry
sure
about.
it's
Not with these
oil.
sweet innocents.
See, he doesn't know how to swim, and he's got a flotation device.
Well, the water or whatever it is dark, so maybe it is oil.
But it splashes.
I think it's swimming. Actually,
Yeah,
it's called
oil
sand.
splashes
But close
underwater.
So that was our swimming lesson with SpongeBob. All right, let's go back to our Google search about this.
Yeah, because
Let's see. Because I'm actually not 100% certain.
All right. Now here we go. Here's some images. Here's some stills that show that ain't oil. That there is what you call an ocean. Right there. I mean, here we got Patrick doing some surfing.
That looks like oil.
No, that looks like water. Let's see. Anyone who watches SpongeBob
It
SquarePants
looks like oil.
knows that it takes place underwater, and also that the characters take part
Looks like oil.
in a number of activities that are seemingly impossible to
silly.
accomplish underwater. Aside from starting campfires, the other big what the fuck is going to the beach. How could there be a beach underwater? And how could SpongeBob and his other invertebrate friends swim, frolic, and surf with Johnny Depp at that underwater beach? And let's see. Oh, then someone posted pictures of an underwater lake that exists. An underwater lake that was found over half a mile down in the Gulf of Mexico. Isn't that just called a deeper area of the water?
Yeah.
I don't think it works that way.
Well, the ocean is made of water.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks for the clarity, Venison.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The ocean is about the wettest that we have as far as water goes. Something like that. What was the quote about the hurricane that our dear Einstein uttered? What was that? I can't find the quote anymore.
It was about being wet, right?
It was about how it's wet. I think that was a brilliant quote right there. That the hurricane is wet.
Oh,
That's freaking brilliant.
that is brilliant.
That's next level stuff there, man. Come on.
Well, the other one I like is where, so if during the hurricane a boat washes up onto your property, you now own it. I love that.
There was that. There was that.
Is that real? Is that a real thing?
That was an implied thing.
Well, that could be. The problem is that can be a bonus, and
Well, no. What happened was
there are some.
There was someone who, in the aftermath of Hurricane Florence, ended up with someone else's boat parked on his property, and I think a certain political leader that was visiting the area made a comment to him.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's what his bonus
hey,
is.
at least you got a new boat out of the deal.
Your house is trash,
as
but
kinda
you got a new boat.
Yeah, your house is completely trash, but hey, you got a new boat out of the deal. Which no that's not how. Which okay, it was meant as a joke. Still, he just
It's all about timing.
Yeah, timing. Difficult.
He didn't have the sound effect.
He didn't have the sound effect.
Right.
Got away with it.
Damn, took long enough, but Gators, I sent you a link.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm over it. So, Venison, you can't get on Twitch, is what you're telling me.
I'm still using XP. Everything's
You know what?
trending over
I
to
know you're
7.
shocked, but it doesn't have anything to do with getting on Twitch. Just saying.
Okay.
Again, I haven't
You
never
have
gone there
homework
yet.
for tonight.
Okay.
Sorry, Johnny.
Generally, all you need is a browser, right?
So
Continue, show.
So where did this link go to?
Oh, the sense base. It's it's a Boobah song made from their online synthesizer.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. From there. Oh, so it's a synthesis. Okay, and you sent it.
It's
what?
a homemade,
and I guess
custom made.
Now I need to find where this link is.
I sent it Twitter.
Oh, Twitter. Let me pull up Twitter. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yes, I do have things.
Hey, Dune.
Yes.
Dune.
Yes, my man.
You gotta send me that link to the Duck Girl.
Man, you know what? I am struggling trying to find the link. I am not going to quit until I find it.
Okay.
What the deal was is usually when I take those clips, I minimize them down so I can see the page behind it. And on hers, I didn't do it.
Oh.
But she's so I'm pouring. Trust me, there's been more than once that I've taken a little break and went.
You gotta do it for me, bro.
I'm looking.
You gotta do it for me, bro.
Yeah, I'm working on it, man. I promise.
If
nothing else, Johnny needs it too.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We got to find out more about the Duck Girl because there's got to be there's more to the story than just a happy Duck Girl. There's got to be more to the story.
So this is Venison's Boobah song.
The Boobah.
So how much acid did you take in the making of this song?
No, there was a lot of weed and I think some alcohol.
A lot of weed and alcohol.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yes. That'll do it.
Now, question for those that partake in the weed: is your preferred method of ingestion smoking or edibles?
Smoking.
Okay,
Smoking.
I'm finding
he probably hasn't had edibles before.
I'm finding that to be very much a cough-filled activity.
Yes.
We know Johnny.
You
can vape it now too. You know.
Vape. Wait, but I spent all that money on that pipe. I mean, hypothetically.
No, it's legal now, so you're okay.
On the federal level, it's not. But
no, it doesn't. Well, unless certain people check for it. But I've never tried. Well, obviously, I haven't. It's been 20, 30 years now for me. But the edible thing, I think, Venison, you're probably thinking back in the day when somebody would just crush up shit and put it in a brownie. It's a whole new world now.
Yeah, well, I was reading up.
A whole new world.
I was reading up on that, and it involves, basically melting butter. Well, first you got to heat it up before you infuse it with the butter, because that brings out.
Wait, is nobody selling it there? I thought it was legal.
Yeah, it's legal, but there's still there's an approval process that anything has to go through.
Oh, there's no stores.
Nothing's opened up yet.
Oh, okay, I got you.
There's only
after all, the tax man has to get into place.
Actually,
all the regulators have to get into place.
I should investigate that a little more, because as far as I know, no dispensaries have opened up. But I was at a place. We were going to a They Might Be Giants concert, and it was in a town in the western side of Massachusetts, and there was a tea house you went to, and they sold edibles. But I don't know where they got their edibles from. If they were imported from another state that's also legal, or if they're making their own.
And you got to be careful too that it's actually that kind of edible and not just CBC edible. Totally different thing. Because CBC has no THC, and I'm not spelling for people out there.
But
why do I know so much about this? I don't understand.
You're in law enforcement.
Dude, you're an expert.
Well, what it is, I'm a Twitch fan. and there are lots of people on Twitch.
Oh.
That do. I mean, they
Yeah.
ought to have a whole channel called cough cough puff puff give.
But nowadays, if I'm gonna, but nowadays, if you want to make brownies, you basically make a pot infused butter that involves like grinding up the pot, heating up the pot, infusing it in the butter, straining it through cheesecloth, which I have a whole bunch of cheesecloth now, but I haven't done all the. So I'm kind of, I've read up on it, but I need to get some stuff to put in some melted
You
butter.
could do it.
And
I tell you what you will find, Johnny, which has shocked me for anybody who's out there now. Venison, do you remember how much you paid the last time you bought any weed?
Oh, the last time?
And we're talking how long are we talking about, by the way? Just round figures.
About a month.
Oh, never mind. okay.
So back 20 years.
This works. No, this works. This works. So
I found some people in Ohio.
Okay, but it's illegal where you're at, correct?
For now.
Okay, I'm not trying to pin you into a corner. There's a reason I'm going down this road. So how much was it and how much did you get?
Quarter ounce.
And it was how much?
$70.
Okay. This is going to shock you. Literally in the legal states, Oregon, California, whatever. I mean, a quarter ounce is like $20 or $30.
Yeah,
I know.
It's
cheap as fuck.
it's crazy cheap to the point where I saw these people, like they had several jars, and if you're in California, whatever, they got these, like one's called Moonlight Lemon, and the other one's called Zesty something.
You want to be really freaked out? When I first started smoking that shit, an ounce would cost you $20 and $25 if you got Colombian gold.
But that's what I'm saying. It's almost back to that point again. The legal part of it has brought the price down insanely.
I missed that there, Dune. What's the street value of that kind of stuff? Non-legal, shall we say?
Back 25 years ago, 30
non-legal. It's
for
like
me,
$10
I was paying a basic quarter ounce was $40.
Okay.
And then, well, was that about right? Yeah, I'm just saying, and that was that long ago. And Venison said how $70 for a quarter ounce now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, but where it's legal, it's like half that price.
Right. Well, because they haven't worked out all the taxes yet, so
and twice as strong. I mean, and that's the whole thing. I mean, they got these crazy designer names. And they got, different traits. If you want, this one will put you to sleep. This one will wake you up. This one will make your weenie work better. I'm just trying to
okay. So you've been doing some shopping.
I've got Johnny's attention
No,
now.
I have the stuff that puts me to sleep. I need to find the stuff that.
Well, actually, I just thought of something. We've got a guy in the room with us that can go find this stuff out.
Yeah.
Mr. B.
Huh? Brian, you gonna hook a brother up?
We have to hook a brother up. Just go do some shopping.
Yeah, really, man.
You could podcast live from a dispensary next week.
No, they won't let you do it.
Well, you guys could have to educate me a lot more.
No, this is the best part about it. You just go in there. Listen, I'm new. I don't know anything about this, and I guarantee you, a weedologist in there will take you by the hand. And he'll be the jacked up lookingest dude. He'll have eyes that have slits about a 1/16 of an inch, but he'll be an absolute PhD in weedology.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, Brian, growing up,
bogarting
back in your college days, what was your relationship with weed?
The group of five people, the people that I hung out with, there was a little bit of weed going around, but a lot didn't happen.
Okay.
Of course, my school was known as the weed school versus University of Massachusetts, which is a beer school.
I see. You were at the weed school.
Yeah.
So you were at least getting a contact high.
No, I wasn't. Although,
you were getting a direct high. There
was a neighbor in the dorm. There was a neighbor in the dorm
You're getting fucked
who was
up.
the son of a dean. Whenever they opened up their door, the cloud came out.
Okay,
so you didn't even need to buy anything.
So you were getting high with them.
I mean, in the next room, yeah.
It
was kind of like the early version of infusion.
I see. Now, were you ever directly inhaling?
Not while I was in college, no.
No, but you were getting the contact high.
A little.
A little. Oh,
I mean, you couldn't avoid it, right?
well, you know what goes with the contact high is and what goes with children's television programming as well is music. And one thing we haven't done in a long time that I have been accumulating is the dollar bin specials.
Dollar bin specials. What a segue.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh wow.
Dollar bin special.
And,
Wait from children's programming to this.
And I literally found this in a dollar bin, and it goes perfect with the whole children's programming thing we're going with. It is favorite songs from Jim Henson's Muppets. It's a 2 LP set of Muppets.
They managed to scrap together stuff for a 2 album.
A 2 LP set. And you're saying, how could they have
It's like the next Chicago album, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Except it's not Chicago, it's Muppets. Well,
not even close to the Thunderbirds.
Oh, come on now. There's lots of great stuff to be had on Muppets albums. I mean, for starters, you got the
It's time to play with the light. It's time
well, this record's got a slight warp at the beginning. Oh well, we're gonna have to flatten that out between some panes of glass in the oven. Let's see if oh, that's the wrong fader.
Phenomena.
You got the Phenomena song. It's got all your favorite Muppet stuff. It's let's see what else.
Moving right along in search of good times.
From the Great Muppet Caper, moving right along. And Kermit and Fozzie are driving in the Studebaker.
Opportunity knocks once. Let's reach out.
Isn't this great kids' memories, right? Brian, you ever see the Muppet Caper?
No.
Oh no! I think this was the Muppet. Was this a Great Muppet Caper or the Muppet movie? I think this was the Muppet movie. Actually,
I didn't watch that either.
Oh, you need to watch those movies.
Oh, okay. It's on the list.
The list of things to put in your coffee table and never watch.
Well, no. That's not me, man. I definitely watch.
Okay. I think there was something I loaned you that you never touched, and then just gave it back to me one day. And they were like, "Yes, thank you."
I don't recall that. I remember Nick.
Yeah. Well, he was
return a lot of stuff or never make the next step on a lot of things.
Oh, you were both good for that. Now, of course, we got the Rainbow Connection. Now, you may not watch the Muppet movie, but you've heard the Rainbow Connection, right?
Sure.
There's so many
That would be a no.
about rainbows and what.
I'm sorry. Have I just like totally dragged down the show? Should we go back to talking about weed?
Aren't you supposed to be doing both at the same time anyway?
I don't know. Running a turntable while under the influence of weed is probably not the greatest idea.
When you looks kind of weird and you wish that you weren't there.
It even has the Muppet Babies theme.
I like adventure. I like romance. I love great jokes. I'm a robot. I got my computer.
Anyways, yeah, 2 LPs of Muppets. Good stuff. What do you think, Venison? Did we lose our Skype call? Oh,
That's a drug song.
Oh, you know what? When I pulled down one of the volumes, I accidentally pulled down the Skype volume.
Oops, sorry, you guys.
What did I miss that you were saying while I was playing Muppet stuff?
Typical.
No,
I said,
Well, I was saying I love weed.
Weed. We should go back to weed.
Like I said, like I said before, when that song goes, when things are going, when things are weird and you wish you were there, that's a weed song. That
is a weed song. Oh my God, you're right. It works. And you know, if you're gonna get stoned and put on some good music, what's the best kind of music to get stoned to?
Avant-garde.
No.
Yeah.
Marching band music. I'm kidding.
I hope so.
No, this is totally stoner music.
No, it's not.
No? But I don't know. I could see trying to get stoned to this.
You may be, well, considering your choices of music.
Oh, come
you
on.
See it.
All right. Let's ask Brian. Brian, let's say you do your homework, you go to the dispensary, you bring home an ounce of something, and you need to put on some music to partake in your newfound hobby. You gonna put this on? No.
I'm going to go along.
You got to start with Grateful Dead.
No.
I'm going to go along that line. Isaiah to me, the Bermuda Triangle.
No. You said avant-garde, and I said marching band. So let's give Brian two choices, and Brian, you decide which one is better for getting stoned to. Here's choice one. And here's choice two.
There we go.
Which one are you going with?
I'm going with that one.
Choice two is definitely for heroin.
Heroin.
So that would leave the marching band stuff for weed.
Marching band.
You see the logic there? You see the logic?
Okay.
Really?
Okay. Then what about this? Where does this fit in on the drug scale?
Isn't that the same as before?
No.
This is a different one?
It's the same machine, but this is not Milton Babbitt. This is Charles Wuorinen. He's still alive.
I think I like this.
I needed something more intense.
More intense than this?
Come on, man. Like I said, Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
That was the best.
There's a lot of, shall we call it white space in that, Johnny?
White space is good, right?
No.
It depends on the context, right?
No, you need some, space to take a puff here and there, right?
You need some Tangerine Dream, Rubicon.
Tubular bells.
That's good stuff.
Tubular bells, right?
Tubular bells. Okay, well, we know what Brian's real choice for weed music is, because Brian has a favorite genre of music. Isn't that right, Brian?
Sure.
Oh, that's reggae.
And it's of course Brian's favorite music to sit back and roll up a big one with is disco.
No.
Isn't that right, Brian?
Souls.
Disco.
Actually, Brian hates disco.
Somehow I think the memo got switched.
Well, between this marching band and RCA Mark II synthesizer, I think this is the better choice for getting
Yeah,
stoned.
I gotta say, I hate disco too.
Yay!
Well, this is kind of a funky disco tune right here.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's more funk than disco.
Well, this is a disco sampler I picked up for $1 that I haven't even listened to yet. It's called the Great MCA Disco Disc. People will dance. This is the Lost Gonzo Band.
So venison. Let's get serious a second. What's the dividing line, or what defines whether a tune is disco versus funk?
Oh boy.
Because when I think of disco, I think of the early disco of the Bee Gees,
I don't
Donna
know.
Summer, etc.
Yeah.
And on the funk side, I think
Very
James
similar.
Brown, and they sound nothing alike.
Oh no, they don't. You know, James Brown, you know, not so much. You know, James Brown is more soul, but with a beat. You know, you gotta, if you want to go into funk, you gotta go into people like Parliament, P-Funk,
Yeah, but James Brown was the king of funk, wasn't he?
and Funkadelic. I don't know. He was the king of soul. I don't know about the king of funk. No.
I like that idea. I like that idea. P-Funk, Funkadelic. I like those two groups.
No, P-Funk was just a, you know, a classification mainly from the group Parliament
of the
and-
right Parliament and Funkadelic, the George Clinton groups, because they just recorded under a bunch of different names on different labels.
You know, and since Parliament, you know, supposedly
I know
came out of Plainfield, New Jersey, they call it P-Funk.
I know that.
And I got my hair cut in the barber shop they were at.
Oh, nice.
They had photographs of it and everything. Signed and autographed.
Here you go. Here's some Parliament right here. See if you recognize this one. This song, I think, has a double meaning in the lyrics. I'm not quite sure what exactly the song's about, but I think they're trying to imply something. And we gotta wait till it gets to the refrain.
No, you need stuff from the Punk Intelligence versus the placebo syndrome.
They're singing a lot about being cats, and I think it might be an analogy for something. I'm not quite sure if I figured out just quite what this song is about here yet. But here we go. The refrain's coming up here. I think there's a message in there.
Duh.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Tommy the Cat.
Tommy the Cat.
Primus.
No, this is the pussy cat. They
Yeah,
spell
but
it
if you listen to the lyrics
P-U-S-S-Y.
of Tommy the Cat,
Tommy the
you
Cat.
get the same type of idea.
Ah, okay.
Primus.
All right. I'm going to go AFK for a second.
You know, I'm going to leave that song on Sense Space.
What's that?
Screw it. I'm going to leave that song on Sense Space in case anybody else decides to grab it.
What, the Booba song?
Yeah. Just to freak them out.
All right. Well, I did find a good Disco 45 the other day for $1, and so let's see where you classify this as far as this is definitely disco. I would say. So does this go under disco that you hate or disco that you like?
Doesn't do anything for me.
No, you're not thinking the hot
It's
shot.
kind of borderline, yeah.
I don't know. I like it. It's got a nice beat.
Well, that's the good part, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why people ran with disco, because typically it has a good beat.
Well, yeah.
But my thing is, it's like that's all you got. You know, like some of the contemporary, you know, current day popular music, sometimes they got one or two things, but the rest, you know, like the band doesn't really exist. It's all electronic.
Well,
the originality was lost.
now did disco really
that
cease?
too.
Did disco really cease to exist, or did it just evolve?
It probably evolved. They all do. Mutated. That's more a proper word for it. It mutated.
But
No, I think that last sound effect was exactly what happened to disco. It got flushed.
okay, all right. Well,
But because it was out there, I think there is disco influence that goes on today and in some some of the contemporary stuff. I mean, people take from it.
let's fast forward to another mythical time called the '90s, and I find it's fun to buy.
And the cat is exploring a box back there.
Yeah. The cat likes to look at the boxes every now and then.
See if anything's changed.
Yeah, same box last
Yeah.
time. You go
Am I
ahead.
going
and
to be
jump
able
in
to
the
get
box.
into that one? That one's got my name on it.
Oh, she decided. No, we'll go on the
No.
table. Well,
Oh, real quick, Brian. Did
Yeah.
you see my last tweet about the cats?
No.
About those cats that hang outside my door. Well, last night, 3 of them were out there hanging out there, and with them was a frog. There was a frog sitting out there.
they
by
hang
my
out with
door,
frogs.
staring at me. Like, a frog? Why a frog? Is this
Hanging
a
out
sign for something?
The apocalypse. It's the end. The frogs made the connection.
The frogs
We
and the
thought that-
cats slide down together.
We thought
the
that
end is coming.
exactly right.
Now here we go.
Uh-oh, door
I-
surfing coming up.
I do
Tilt your
like.
camera up. Tilt your camera up.
No, she ain't jumping on anything yet. If she jumps, I'll tilt the camera.
No.
But yeah, as I like buying 45s of 90 songs because it's fun to buy things on a medium that was on its way out during the time. And I think this also has a nice beat to it.
Oh yeah.
So Venison, this is 90s disco then?
You could DJ that.
Pretty much.
I don't know. What do you think, Brian? What would you classify this under as far as genre?
I would definitely go
Going what?
disco, but to slice that down further, I can't.
Ah, there we go. 90s disco. It didn't really go away, did it? It just kind of continued to live in the clubs and surfaced in the 90s.
Yeah, I made a song like that. It's called "It Won't Die."
Oh, 90s techno.
90s so this is more techno than disco, in your opinion?
For me, yes.
I can see that.
I don't think it's quite full on techno though. I mean, it's
no, but there's hints of
it. Maybe it's dance.
I guess at this point the word disco was dated, so you would never call this disco at the time. But it's
mutated.
But it certainly could be considered disco from an anthropological point of view.
It got sprayed
Like
with
this new-
radiation and mutated into this.
Like this new trade agreement, you wouldn't call it NAFTA, right?
Oh yeah.
I really am following that.
That was just a zinger.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Right.
So that was that was funny then.
Yeah, well, I mean, it comes down to some people say that the new trade agreement isn't really any different at all, except for the name.
Ah, okay.
That's where that comes from.
So much for Made in America.
Anyways, so that was
America. What's made in Mexico?
so that was a fun 45
China.
I picked up. And every now and then, I like to pick up 45s on small labels And there was a label based out of Texas in the 60s called Abnac Records. And what's very notable about them is that it's amazing that they didn't get sued for trademark infringement by Atlantic Records, because that right there looks like an Atlantic label that says Abnac.
Yeah.
Abnac.
Yeah. And
weird.
The cool thing about Abnac Records is that they put their promos on yellow vinyl. And so they're gold records.
Yeah, they're gonna get sued.
But anyways, I picked this one up to give another Abnac record a try.
When was this released?
Probably the late 60s. We were just going all over the timeline.
Sugar.
One that you barely know. What do you say to a naked lady?
God.
You just say hello.
Is this the theme song for some children's song?
I don't know. What do you say to a naked lady? That's a great song right there.
It sounds like something the Brady Bunch would do.
What's that?
It sounds like something the Brady Bunch would do.
Right.
It's definitely pop idol-esque type of
What do you say to a naked lady?
kind of odd imagining the Brady Bunch talking about what do you say to a naked lady, though.
Yeah.
Well, they probably wouldn't do it on camera.
What's that?
They probably didn't do it on camera.
No, that was the
But off camera, there was a lot going on.
But oddly enough, that is the A side of this record. What do you say to a naked lady? But apparently, this is the guy. This
I like that.
I googled this guy, and he did the voice of Sugar Bear in the Sugar Bears band that recorded records. So that's a voice you could very well hear on a cardboard record on the back of your box of Super Sugar Crisp. So there you go. And,
Good.
He's still picking up the good vinyls.
I'm still good. Wait, these classify as good?
Nah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, I picked up 3 records yesterday, and I've only had a chance to listen to one of them. And I don't know. This record kind of cried out to me because, the cover looks kind of interesting, and it's Dewey Martin and the Medicine Ball. And I was like, well, Medicine Ball, that could be an interesting band name. And the name Dewey Martin sounds familiar, but I can't quite place where I've heard it before. And it turns out he was like one of the other guys in Buffalo Springfield.
Oh.
Because, Buffalo...
Did you cry after you heard it?
I don't know. And plus, it was on the Uni label, which is always fun to find oddball things on the Uni label. Yeah, it's the same label that the Strawberry Alarm Clock were on. So, and Fever Tree.
Wow.
And, and Elton John's early albums are on Uni. So, yeah, Buffalo Springfield had, of course, Stephen Stills, Neil Young, Rich Foray, but there were other members. And this is one of the other members. I think he was like the drummer. So
Jim Crosby was on with Buffalo Springfield too, right?
No, that comes later. So it's the drummer of Buffalo Springfield trying to sound like Joe Cocker is basically what
I
it
was
is.
going to say that's not exactly unique.
No. But it's not.
Why did he just change his name?
Yeah. but it's not bad. I like it. I think it was worth the $6 they charged for it.
Yeah.
$6?
Yeah, this is not bad. I'm trying to find a year on this. I'm not sure what year this came out, actually.
Go to the fine print.
Well, we're gonna have to go to the web. Let's take a look here if we can find it. Oh, here we go. 1970.
Right on.
Yeah, that's not bad. That was totally worth $6.
So on this record, does it say who played on this record?
Yeah. Let's take a look here. It's I thought I saw band members on here. Let's see. Produced by Dewey Martin. Executive producer Dave Hassinger. Sound mixed by Dewey Martin. Let's see. Bill Darnell guitar. Pete Bradstreet piano, organ, guitar, vocals. Buddy Emmons steel guitar. Randy Fuller rhythm guitar and vocals. Stephen Lefevre on bass. Harvey Kagan bass. Terry Gregg bass vocals. Dewey Martin drums vocals.
People you never heard of before.
Yeah, but they can play.
Yeah, well, you had to replace, who did you say, Neil Young?
Neil Young, Stephen Stills, Rich Foray. Phone call.
Neil Young's the only one I know of that.
You don't know Steve Stills?
Okay, yeah, him too.
So then, who's
answer the phone?
Do you have to answer that?
No. WCF.
WCF.
1-760-206-7320.
Okay, you all know what to do. So then I found an album. Every now and then, if you find an album that's got a cheap price tag on it and pretty colors. And so I saw this and I'm like, I have no idea what this is, so I'm going to pick it up and look at it. And so I picked it up and looked at it.
What does that say? The fancy lettering doesn't.
Mylon. MYLON. Mylon.
If you say so.
And it says, let's drive a car through the Skype call.
Is Venison sharpening up his keyboard again?
I don't know. Is that Venison or is that?
I thought that was something you were playing. I was about to say that's music I get into.
Okay, so it's not Dune. I take it. Oh, Dune's not on the call anymore. So Evan, are you vacuuming?
Oh, he's plunging the toilet.
Okay. There we go. Problem solved. When he comes back to the call, he can rejoin it. So I have not listened to this yet.
Did you
but
bump him off?
Yeah, it was just noise, and he wasn't there. So yeah, this was called Mylon. Holy smoke! And I did a quick search on my phone for it, and it was only $3. And so it's like, yeah, I'll give it a try for $3, and I still haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. Oh, and he's calling back now.
I thought it was something you were playing.
No, it wasn't me. It was just noisy, but I don't know why it's not letting him. I thought usually it lets someone rejoin automatically when they call back. I don't know, but that was noisy, and we're trying to play things here, and he hadn't said anything in a while, so he can tune in. So for $3, I figure let's give this a try because the cover has some nice, pretty colors on it. And Google said that people like it.
Never not in the motel room, I'm wondering about my woman and my child.
All right, well, not bad for 3. I like the previous one better though.
Are there recognizable names in this band?
Mylan Lefevre, vocalist and guitar. Marty Simon, drums and occasional keyboard. Auburn Burrell, guitars and pedal steel guitar. Jean-Pierre Lauzon, guitars. Tom Rocky Robb, bass. Lester Mad Oscar Langdale, keyboards. Tina Blount, singer. Renee Garvin, singer. Pat Cummings, singer. Jay Traynor, road manager and harmonica. Jim Donnelly, equipment manager, and much more. Eddie Laurie, equipment manager, and then some. Oh, here's the name that stuck out to me. Musical direction and production. Felix Pappalardi.
There you go. There's a name.
There's a name. We know Felix Pappalardi.
Yeah.
You don't know Felix Pappalardi?
He was in Mountain.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Mountain.
So did you hear the story about his demise?
Felix Pappalardi?
Yeah.
I probably have, but I don't remember off the top of my
That's
ear.
a sordid story.
Yeah. He was forced to retire because of partial deafness from his high volume shows with Mountain. He continued producing through the 70s, released a solo album, and recorded with Kazuo Takeda's band Creation, who had opened for a reunited Mountain during their 73 tour of Japan. Let's see. Pappalardi was shot and killed by his wife Gail on April 17th, 1983, in their East Side Manhattan apartment with a derringer he had given her as a gift a few months previously. Gail Pappalardi was subsequently charged with second-degree murder and was found guilty of the lesser criminally negligent homicide.
A lesson to all you people out there: never give your wife a gun for a birthday present.
That's not a bad piece of advice there. But yeah,
first good argument you have, that's it. You're done. Especially if you're on the rag.
Why am I having trouble getting sound coming through? But anyways, yeah, so this is not as good as the last album. Let's see if we... It just seems kind of, like mediocre 70s rock. There's nothing bad about it, but there's nothing great about it.
Yeah. In other words,
Yeah,
you
you
wouldn't
kinda listen
turn
to
the radio
it.
station, but you wouldn't buy the album either.
Well, it was only $3.
Well, no, he's talking about when it came out.
Right.
You might not listen to it. Or you might not buy it, so you'd listen to it on the radio.
Right. Now, this next one
If
I
it
took.
played.
This next
You
one
might ignore it.
This next one I took a chance on, and I don't know, something about it stuck out to me. It's called Rastus. And one of the things that stood out to me was that it was on GRT, which I believe was the T stands for tape. Usually you see GRT as a like they had a distribution deal to put out 8-track tapes on behalf of other labels. Like a lot of ABC tapes were on GRT. Let me Google GRT. GRT, because I thought it was GRT Records. It was the name of both the U.S. and Canadian record label, both created by General Recorded Tape. So they actually GRT Records was a label owned by GRT, General Recorded Tape. So usually a lot of times you see GRT 8-track tapes, but it's another label that's issued it, but GRT's logo is on there too. And so GRT, being successful at duplicating and distributing tapes, started a record label, GRT Records, which lasted until GRT went bankrupt. So that stood out to me a little bit because I don't see many records on GRT. And it was a double album. And I mean, it looked like a nice group of groovy guys there. And
Has
so
red hair.
yeah, Yeah, they got the hair, they got the instruments. And so I Googled it, and it's compared it's kind of compared to the whole like rock porn section, like Chicago Blood, Sweat and Tears type of band. And so I thought, well, for 12, and then I looked at the going rate on eBay, and most of them on eBay are going for a little more than $12. So the price wasn't that out of line. So I'm like, yeah, I'll give this a try for, a Chicago Blood, Sweat and Tears sound alike that, is a double album recorded live. You can't go too wrong there. It sounds like a good deal. So I have not had a chance to put this on yet. So, it could be good. Because, Brian, you like some Chicago, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And Venison, you like some, white guys playing horns, right?
Stay the night.
Hey, this is not bad. They got a good groove going on here. Guy can sing. They can play. Got a nice
standard Chicago era.
Yeah.
What's the name of this track?
Black Cat.
Well, it sounded like they were ripping off "I'm a Man" big time.
Yeah, it could have been. They kind of have a variation on the groove for "I'm a Man,"
right?
But it's not a man; it's a cat,
right?
So, yeah.
Maybe they listened to "I'm a Man" and they says, "Man, the hell is that, man? I'm a cat.
I'm a cat, black cat." There you go.
We got great cats out here.
Venison likes the cats.
Well, one.
Okay.
The others are dicks.
Aw. That's too bad.
I had one cat at school. Came into my apartment and inspected it.
Something's off with my turntable today. Something is off. Oh, there it goes. Maybe it was something off with my... That could be my headphones. I don't know.
Well, I wasn't here, not here either, so...
Yeah, it was cutting out at some point. Oh, and they got drum solo. So there we go. Double live album by a band that can play with a good horn section. I think that
There's something you don't hear every day either. Drum solos.
Yeah. Well, because
drum solos and guitar solos, they're becoming rare.
Well, the drum solo, you needed that because then you knew when it was time to go get another beer, right?
Right. What?
Yeah, the band would leave the stage and go get beers while the drummer is going.
Yeah, exactly.
Until the drummer will look up and go, what? Guys!
Yeah,
unless they were doing a Disney gig.
Well, Steely Dan did it smart. They ended the show with the drum solo. So then if you just wanted to leave early, they're like, whatever. It's just a drum solo. They're over now. But yeah, they would end their show on the only real live recordings that exist of the original Steely Dan is from the Pretzel Logic tour. And they would close with a song called This All Too Mobile Home, which they never recorded for an album. It only exists on bootleg recordings. So, and it would end with a long they had two drummers on that touring band. And so it would end with the two drummers kind of dueling back and forth on the drums. Let's see if I can find a recording of that. I think think this bootleg has it.
I broke my drumstick. It happened once.
Wait a minute. Why is this my old school? I thought they. This is a weird bootleg. So this bootleg doesn't have this old 2 Mobile Home? Yeah. Oh, wow. They didn't do it on this show. Okay. Let's try a different show. Let's see. Well, there's that one. Or there's let's see. It might be this one. Yeah, this is it. Not the best fidelity, but not bad for a boot from the mid 70s. So yeah, they would go onto this groove and kind of jam on this groove for a while, and then at some point it just kind of goes out to drums. And buzzing.
Oh shit. I hope I packed that tape.
We'll just fast forward a little bit. Oh, I think this one cuts before the end of the drum solo. All right, here's one that goes on for a while. Because then they get all flanging and phasing going on. So yeah, plenty of time for drinking beer before driving home. Wait,
Yep.
what?
Yep. Of course.
Can I do that?
Around here, we got to go to the next county to get some more beer
Yeah.
because this county is dry.
That's okay. One thing about Steely Dan was there was plenty of drinking to be had before the show even started, as their opening MC would demonstrate.
Beer. We had 151 rum and coke.
Yeah. Do you know how a Steely Dan set would start back in the day?
Nope.
You're about to find out. Let's see if I can find it here.
I
Here
was
we
a
go.
big fan of them.
All right, so if you were going to go see him live, a very drunk guy would stumble out. A very drunk black guy would stumble out to the stage, up to the microphone, and this would happen. And the reason this guy would introduce the band is because he kept on driving the equipment van while drunk, so they couldn't let him do that anymore. So they had to find him a new job. So his new job was introducing the band.
We're glad you made it here tonight because you're gonna miss out. You can tell your friend tomorrow that they're gonna miss out on all damn good things we're gonna give you tonight.
The good old days.
Right on. What we're gonna give you tonight, it'll be down to the nitty gritty. Yeah. You can tell all your friends way over in hell, I don't care. You can tell them in over in Watts. You can tell them they met. You can tell them tonight that Santa Monica had been definitely set on fire, and they met out on a.
And I bet out on a
The best thing ever happened to Santa Monica is gonna be here tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah. And you can also, all you little old pretty one, if he ain't here tonight, you can tell him forget it too, because Mr. whatever, is here tonight. He gonna get down tonight, brother. He gonna get with it. He gonna give you something that Santa Monica that never had. If it's good to you, it gotta be good for you. Right on. Yeah. And one thing I can tell you, brother, he is here tonight. Mr. Magnificent One is here. The beautiful one is here. You little old pretty one here too. You know, whatever. Here is the magnificent one, the one and only one, Mr. Steely Dan and whatever.
Mr. Steely Dan and whatever, because he never quite understood that Steely Dan was a band name and not the name of Donald Fagen.
Right.
Donald Fagen?
Yeah. You didn't know that the keyboard player in Steely Dan's name was Donald Fagen?
No.
No.
Oh,
his name's not
yes.
Stevie.
Like I said, I wasn't into those groups then.
Donald Fagen and Walter Becker were Steely Dan.
Wow.
Yeah, primarily. They were the guys that
Things
went
you
in,
didn't know.
joined this band, and then took it over. They tell
Steely,
you that.
right? They joined Denny Diaz's band, who advertised in the paper. They're looking for a keyboardist and bass player with jazz chops, no hang-ups. And so they they called him
Right.
up and joined his band, and one by one fired everyone. And then they moved to California to become songwriters. But then they ended up just playing their own material. Now, that guy who introduced them was Jerome Anaton. And apparently, like I said, there was an incident where he kind of crashed the van. He tore a hole in the van getting out of the parking structure or something like that. And at some point he got pulled over for driving drunk without his lights on with two 14-year-olds in the van with him, 14-year-old girls in the van with him or something like that. So that's whoops. So that's when they decided you can't. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. More than one occasion, he crashed the equipment trunk at the prestigious Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in Washington, D.C., where at the time Steely Dan were the only rock and roll group permitted to play. Anaton did thousands of dollars worth of damage driving their equipment trunk out of a building, smashing a massive hole in one trailer which housed most of Dinky Dawson's personal possessions. It was raining torrents as Steely Dan's crew drove to the next gig in Boston, so someone had to crawl up on top of the trailer and try to patch a hole over before the gear inside was ruined. On another occasion, Anaton drove from Baltimore to Washington at night without headlights, accompanied by two 15-year-old girls in the front seat. So they said you can't do that anymore.
The good old days.
but they liked having him around with them on the road. And they found him entertaining, so they didn't want to fire him. So they decided, well, you could be our MC and you could introduce us. And it didn't even require knowing the band name or anything about them. And he went out there and did it every night, Mr. Stevie Dan and whatever. And that little recording there is all that remains in audio evidence of the legacy that is Anaton. Jerome Anaton.
Did they ever cover Have a Cigar?
No, they never covered.
Because then the line they would say, which one of you is Dan?
Yeah, which one? Little did anyone know. You know what's great fun? For those of us that know where the name Steely Dan comes from, is they did what was it, like MTV or VH1 would do those specials where they'd have like the band come on and play some tunes. And so they actually did one, and this was in the early 2000s when Steely Dan got back together and released the album Two Against Nature with Cousin Dupree on it. And so they had a touring version of the band together, and they did one of these storytellers shows, which was the type of thing where they would talk or take questions in between songs, which is not Becker and Fagen's strong point. At one point, they brought down a map to explain where they came from, and it was a map of New York City that did not stretch far enough to show the areas where they lived. So they're pointing to the areas outside, off the map, because Donald Fagen.
That's perfect, because you don't want to point out exactly where they are, because then you get everybody showing up there.
Yeah.
So hey, this part here, right off the map.
So some poor innocent woman in the audience that had no idea asked them, "Where did you come up with the name idea, Steely Dan?" And they had to find a way to answer the question without saying, "Well, it was the name of a dildo." So
say what?
You didn't know Steely Dan was a dildo?
No.
Now all of a sudden you're interested in this band.
Yeah, it's a great band with a great name.
The Steely Dan band name was inspired from a strap-on dildo in William S. Burroughs' Naked Lunch.
There's a strap-on.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. As fans of Beat Generation literature, Fagen and Becker named the band after Steely Dan 3 from Yokohama, a strap-on dildo referred to in the William S. Burroughs novel Naked Lunch. Here's now they have the extra of the book. Barry is strapping on a rubber penis. Steely Dan the third from Yokohama, she says, caressing the shaft. Milk spurts across the room. Be sure that milk is pasteurized. Okay. Anyways, you get the idea. That's
right.
Now there's an urban legend that is semi-true, in that Chevy Chase was once a drummer for Steely Dan. Yeah. Well, actually, Chevy Chase played drums with Fagen and Becker in college before there ever was a band named Steely Dan. But being that Steely Dan was, mostly driven by Becker and Fagen, it would be fair to call anything that the two of them collaborated on in some form related to Steely Dan. And Chevy Chase did play with that. But they were more likely going by the band name The Leather Canary back then.
That's it.
Which is a different product.
If I ever use my music and get famous, I'm calling my band the Rampaging Rabbit.
The Rampaging Rabbit. There you go. No, the Leather Canary was because Fagen would wear a leather jacket, and his nose kind of was big like the beak of a canary.
And you can find that dildo in the Walgreens catalog.
What?
Adult section.
There's a Walgreens dildo?
No, Walgreens adult section where they list a whole bunch of dildos.
Oh my God, you're right.
Another sort of thing.
Walgreens online?
Yeah.
Saving a full range of sexual wellness products. Let's see. We got the Berman Center Intimate Basics.
The Rampaging Rabbit.
Post-Vac medical grade something or other. The Durex Play Allure personal. The Trojan Hotspot vibrating ring. We got all kinds of fun products here.
Yeah.
Why do you know about this, Medicine?
I don't know. Somebody
stumbled on it. Well, I stumbled on it. These products are also with the Walter Drake catalog you get in the mail.
The Walter Drake catalog.
And some of the other ones that are similar to that. Of course, they're online too.
Uh-huh. Really?
Well, like I said, somebody told me about that one time. I looked it up and said, wow. And it just had me on the air at that time. We had fun. Some of the names in there were awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's
some of the devices look really weird.
Like there's the California Exotic Novelties Whisper Microheated Bullet, purple. It heats up with powerful vibrations. It has 2 speeds. It's free of phthalate, whatever that is. Let's see. It's push button. ABS with PU spray finish. PU spray.
Oh, there's a warning.
Uses 2 AA batteries not included. Warning, this product is intended for use as a novelty product only. Any product used for medical purposes or for a use that has an adverse effect on any function of the body is prohibited. sold as a novelty only. Where are you supposed to? What do you? What does I? Well, it looks like there's a small part here that's attached by wire. I guess that button controls it. Yeah. Is that how they roll in California?
Don't ask me.
So there you go.
Oh
What
my
do you
God,
know?
it's Lucy's horrible dildo.
What do you know? Venison's right. They sell dildos on Walgreens online.
And it's a huge catalog.
Yeah. There's a lot to choose from there. And unfortunately,
and anal beads.
And okay, is that
Okay.
Is that where you prefer to shop for your anal beads, Venison? Is that what you're telling us?
No, not me, but Sir Mars did.
No, wait, what? 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 I don't
Sir
buy
Mars
this.
was looking in there with me.
I don't buy this. No, he did not complete an order. You know, I think
you weren't there that night.
Let me tell you, Alexa was trying to place an order, and all of a sudden,
Alexa, shut up! Alexa, shut up!
yeah, and I think that's how it went. And on that note, it is time once again to put another episode to bed because it's that hour again. No dildos, just bed.
So he says.
But you know, we are an educational show here, and I think this has been one of the most educational episodes we've had in a long time here on
Insert title here.
because you know,
I mean, where else do you learn about children's shows, music, including disco and rock and roll and some of the other things,
and
45s, and then dildos,
and hanging out with 15-year-olds in a van without your headlights on,
and the true meaning of
I
Steely
always have
Dan.
my headlights on.
Yeah, the true meaning of Steely Dan. So on that note, what was it that you learned this week, Brian?
Pretty much a little bit from column A, column B, and column C.
All right.
Oh, well, and also the weed column.
The weed column. Yes, there is the weed.
Just a little.
And
more research required.
And Venison, what have you learned?
Well, I found out that your taste in music is still, the what the fuck category. Considering that, with the weed, especially with the weed, get good and stoned, and you like to listen to big band music, instead of regular good stoner music.
No. I think
Marching
I'm gonna go with
band, marching band music.
Marching band.
Marching band's different from big band. No, I think I'm going to go with the Charles Warren. I think that is where I landed.
You get my point.
And then when I'm done with that, I'll put on What Do You Say to a Naked Lady? And I learned, there are very important questions to ask yourself, like, what do you say to a naked lady? I call her P-U-S-S. Wait, no, that was a different song. I learned don't mix up your songs. Okay.
Well, I'll give you an end tag for this.
Okay.
Because I just thought of this. I just remembered this. The game ends badly when you end up in your opponent's jaws.
Okay, yeah. That would be a bad ending. Unless you want to, unless you do a little cannibalism for foreplay.
Okay.
Oh.
Cannibalism for foreplay.
Well, you threw out something without any context. I had to add a little
I know.
context to it.
I do that.
And on that note, thank you very much for listening. And be sure to check out our fine programming that makes me yawn. Sorry. Be sure to check out all our fine programming.
Yeah. Great way to promote that.
Well, Vamp's coming on tomorrow, and I was thinking about that. The next live show is Vamp's show tomorrow, and I can't help but yawn whenever I think of Vamp's show. So you want to tune in. He,
Good save.
He'll start about 15 minutes late. He'll replay stuff from the previous week. Kevin Chicken Fingers will look at porn. Vamp will be having a completely different conversation from the one that Kevin's having, even though they're talking back and forth. And then the show ends. So you don't want to miss that. I think that's my take on how. And every now and then I call in and make the show a little more interesting, but more often than not,
I have porn on all throughout this show.
What?
Nothing.
What? Okay, very, very, very important question, and we all know what the right answer is.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Did you have your pants on throughout this entire episode?
Yes, I did.
Then what were you doing?
Because I got drunk and forgot to take them off.
That's the only reason you kept your pants on while watching porn through this episode?
Yeah, because it's kind of warm in here. So I could and be comfortable.
Okay. Whatever you're going to do after we get off this call, I don't want to know. I don't want to know, but the porn's already open. Anyways, be sure to check out NHVRadio.com, twitch.tv/jgators. Please, I need to get somewhere close to 50 viewers there as well. Twitch.tv/5HitDune. Send Dune some love there. And twitch.tv/Brian Blues does not exist, but if it did, you should follow it anyways.
Oh, actually, it does exist.
It does exist.
I don't have any content, though.
Oh my God. I have to. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you have a. All right, so it's Brian Blues. Oh. Yes. Okay. All right. I am going to.
Wish I could have done that, but all my videotapes were ruined.
Oh, sorry. Unless you've got a time machine, that content is unavailable. No, it don't like you, Brian. Unless it's a different Brian Blues or Blues Brian or something else. Whatever it is, I'll find it. I'll like it and drink more tomato juice, but it don't plop.
Right.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, I have San Francisco plopped earlier.
Thank you.
Well, I had to get here on time. Ooh, planets crashing into each other.